it originally started off of being trying to make a traditional record, and then I was like, man, I'm Kane Brown, like just do you, and
Kane, it's great to see you again.
good to see you.
And so soon since the last time.
Yeah.
Last time you came into this room, you were getting ready to headline for us at C2C. So I've got to ask you, first of all, how was that for you?
It was great. And I had friends here, so that was cool, with Lauren and Carly, and it was just a good time. First time ever playing, I think we played O2 Center.
Yeah, absolutely, you did. In fact, funnily enough, you bumped into Lauren downstairs, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was coming in to speak to me as well. And it just so happened these old school or college friends bump into each other in our reception, which we thought was quite funny as well.
Yeah.
And I remember you coming here, a number of years ago, playing, smaller venues and building up the support here and stuff. And then suddenly, you're the headliner. And do you ever pinch yourself? I mean, you've come an awful long way already.
It was a strange bump, how it happened, but I think country's just growing over here, so it's been awesome to be a part of.
Absolutely. I've got to ask you as well, because a lot of people are going to be a little bit surprised. What are you doing back so soon? It's great to have you, but you're here for a special Formula One event.
Yeah, Formula One. I got some messages where people were mad at me because they're like, "You're over here and you didn't tell us." So I apologize. I'm probably gonna make a story when I leave here and just say I'm over here. But yeah, we're doing something for F1. They're showcasing their cars, so everybody's getting a first look, and they invited me to play Miles on it, so I'll be playing a song.
Brilliant.
Cool.
Well, I saw, you're absolutely right. I saw some stuff online today, and people were, is he back in the country? What's he doing? So there was a lot of that stuff going on, which was fun to see.
Yeah, I felt bad, but I was like, okay, I'll let y'all know I'm here next time.
Absolutely. The album as well, The High Road, absolutely brilliant. We're playing some of the tracks from it already.
Oh, thank you.
Including your song with Jelly Roll.
Nice.
And it's going down really well. And, of course, it whets our appetite for when you come back here for the High Road Tour, because that's pretty fresh news for us as well.
Yeah.
Every time a tour is announced from one of the big stars in the States, we always hope here in Europe, I wonder if they're going to come over here too. And you just announced. So it'll be October, right?
Yeah, October, and I'm terrible. I usually just show up, so I can't tell you the dates. But I did just post them on my Instagram.
Well, the fans will be keeping a close eye on that. And we've been mentioning it too on the show, so they'll know, first of all, when to show up and where to show up.
Nice.
So that's good. But that's phenomenal. And, of course, you're getting ready for the big tour in the States and Canada as well, right?
Yes, sir. We when I get back from here, we go to rehearsals, and then we start March 13th.
Wow. So it's gonna be a hell of a year for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I'm also working on another album, trying to get another album out.
Oh,
I know
really?
I keep saying it, and it's probably not gonna happen, but I'm gonna do the best I can.
Wow. Do you work on that whilst you're on the road? I mean, obviously you're not on the road constantly.
Yeah.
But when you're working with, say, some of the openers that you've got a huge different variety of openers on the High Road Tour. Do you does that kind of spur you on to collaborate maybe, or to get those juices going?
It's really weird because it's like I feel like I'm either not working, or when I am working, I'm working even more.
Right.
So like once we get on tour, and that's probably when we'll start writing the album.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure we'll have like Scotty and Mitchell and all them get up there and try and write something together. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Well, it's a great opportunity. If you're all going to be together anyway, you may as well use that as a good time.
Yeah.
But it's just it's great because you've just released The High Road, and already you're looking ahead. So it's like a constant thing for you, isn't it? It's like it's not like you're sitting and resting on your laurels at all. You're working on the next project all the time.
Yeah. Well, I felt like I kind of took a break. Not necessarily a break. I was just kind of releasing singles, and I didn't realize it was 3 years for the last album. But I think just getting constant music out there might be a good thing from now on.
From the fans' point of view as well. I mean, back in the day when fans had to wait like 2-3 years at a time, and then there was nothing in between, and then the next album arrived, and now you guys can just put the stuff out there all the time. It's a brilliant time to be a music fan as well.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to wait around.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just social media and all that's a crazy thing right now.
Well, funny you should mention that because I was also going to touch on the fact that, you can give a great little window into your world, not just the professional world, but you've got a great thing going on with the family as well. And you're pretty open about that.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, seeing you with the girls, they clearly adored their dad. I mean, the last thing I saw of you with them was like they're hanging off your neck and they obviously love the time that you're there. But I also wanted to ask you, now that you've got a son,
Yeah.
because the last time you were here, you were in a very female-dominated household.
Uh-huh.
And I think you indicated that, a fellow male would be a good little counterbalance to all that.
Yeah, it's a different feeling that I never thought I'd feel. Because I had two girls, and it's a love of protection. And then for my son, I'm like, let's get to the gym, buddy. Let's start working out. So yeah, it's a different feeling. I got best of both worlds now, and I'm just a happy dad.
I bet you are. No, the little glimpses we see, like really, really make it look like that as well. If I can come back to the album for a minute, all the different collaborations on there.
Mm-hmm.
The Brad Paisley one as well. I was listening to it on the way in here today just to refresh
nice.
You're very fortunate in a way that you've got almost everything on the go. You've got the traditional country sound on the album, but you've got the more contemporary general pop sound as well, if you like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from a record company point of view, that's the winning ticket, isn't it? So you could almost hit all bases.
Yeah, I feel like I always say I'm a walking jukebox, but yeah, this album I was trying to. It originally started off of being trying to make a traditional record, and then I was like, man, I'm Kane Brown, like just do you, and I feel like we got a pretty decent mix and balance of everything, and then we really took our time with placing stuff, so it didn't just sound like a burnt CD. I think it all came together pretty well. I'm really proud of it. Yeah.
It really rolls, that's for sure, and it takes you on that journey. I wanted to as well talk to you about the fact that artists are a little bit more open these days, and I'm thinking about your song with Jelly Roll, "Haunted."
Yeah.
You've spoken publicly before about certain issues, and dark moments in your life and all that. And do you ever get feedback from fans saying this song is me? This do they reach out to you if it hits a chord?
Definitely. And Haunted was one that a lot of people have reached out. Even comments, like if you just go down to the comments, it's a lot of people saying their struggles and how they've went through it or how they've dealt with it. So you can definitely tell the people who take something away from that song, which makes the song to me a lot more meaningful.
And it's a lot more real as well these days because, back in the day, pop stars or country stars, they just had a persona, didn't they? And we didn't really know the true person behind it all. Whereas now we feel like we really do.
Yeah.
Because you just opened up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I kind of wish I was an artist at those times.
So nobody knew anything and you were just kind of like, just the veneer and nothing else. I've also got to ask you as well, and with Caitlyn, because now you've done a number of songs with her, and as I've got you in front of me, I was talking to the last interview we did was Mackenzie Porter and her husband Jake Etheridge, and they've done a duet together, and it's taken them so long to do it, I think 10 plus years, and now that they've hit this mark together, they've decided that they're going into the studio to do an entire album together. So you can see what's coming here.
Yeah.
Have there been any talks back in your house about maybe doing a total collaboration with Caitlyn or not?
There's definitely probably going to be one eventually. We haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
But she also doesn't like. I told her when we release music, you're gonna have to perform it, and she's like, I just want to release music and not perform. So if we do an album, I'm gonna have to tell her, babe, you're gonna have to come out. We're gonna have to tour on this album, and I don't know.
She wants to do it light, just to put the recording down and then get back to
Yeah. That's all she wants to do is just put it out and let it be.
But in fairness, she and you've got a lot on your plate right now with 3 young kids, and so I can appreciate that she may have other things to focus on as well.
Yeah, no, it's best of both worlds, and we're both getting to have fun and just live life.
Absolutely. Well, I want to take it back to the reason you're here in the first place. Obviously, the Formula One. Is this right up your street? Are you like we'd call it here in the UK like he's a real bloke, which means he's into his man things. Like I don't know, fast cars or PlayStations or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm a real bloke.
Yeah, you are. It's official now. Kane is a real bloke.
Hopefully it's a good thing.
A proper bloke. That's what you are. So this is right up your street as well, is it?
Yeah, I was talking about it coming in here, but I don't I'm not I love cars, of course. I love going fast. I drive F1 on like my simulator at home and all that. I would like to dive into it more personally, and this will probably actually help me do it. Just being around and being in the atmosphere. I've never just actually been in the atmosphere of F1, so it's never,
Just remind me, because it's huge here in Europe, but is it that big in the States? I know you've got your other motor racing.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's not as, it's massive in the United States, but it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's like televised at a weird time or everybody knows about it. That's why it's kind of like soccer.
Yes, yeah.
It's soccer's massive, but we don't know much about it.
So yeah, very similar, really. But it's only growing. It's a bit like country music here. You know, and over the last 4 or 5 years, it's just gone.
And there's probably, I'm sure there's probably like a crap ton of people, because I know I have a lot of friends that are car guys. And I'm a car guy that love it and they've been to it. I've just never been to it. But like I said, I play the games all the time.
Yeah. Well, if you're ever over here or anywhere in Europe and it coincides with the Formula One season, especially now that you're doing this night at the O2, they'll give you a pit pass or something, I'm sure, and you'll be able to experience it properly here.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I've watched the Gran Turismo, the new movie. It's a cool movie, but I'm down. I'd love to sit in the car, maybe drive it.
Well, stop putting those feelers out tonight, because tomorrow night it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sure someone will be able to make that work for you.
Look at us. We sound like some real blokes right now.
We are real blokes. If nothing else after this, you can take that word away and,
Yeah.
You're a proper bloke. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to catch up with you again.
Yeah, you too.
And will you swing by when you're here for the High Road Tour also?
I'll be here.
Yeah.
It feels like home. I remember the first time coming here, I was a little nervous. I'm
Not
home.
anymore.
Yeah.
2 blokes together. That's great. Listen, Kane, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, man. Good to see you.